YouTube! Happy Wednesday to you all. So this is a battle against the person who really got me into competitive battling. This is Elo, or Kwandaoren66 as you on YouTube may know him. So I was watching his stream and trying to get battles from other people to test things out, and out of nowhere Elo's just like, "Hey, Aaron, want a battle? You know, for old time's sake." So that scared the shit out of me because it's Elo and I look up to him. I accepted, but I figured I'd get my ass handed to me in front of everyone. So let's start the video. So here I am, 1 in the morning, just before I was about to get off when Elo challenges me. We agreed to OU, so I was just gonna bring some random OU shit that I had and probably lose. But then he was asking for nicknames for a Mamoswine and a Virizion, and for the sole purpose of that, I switched my team to Team 6-star, thinking that this and my Gary teams are the only teams that I have actual experience with and can do something, and it did just that. So, seeing that my Thunderbolt didn't really do much, I switch out to Private Axel to get rocks up. And I believe I do that. No, I Psyshock, thinking he will stay in to Rapid Spin those rocks. But Psyshock does nothing. Now, on the stream, people were making fun of Private Axel, and quite frankly, I don't care. I can't say I don't care, but I don't blame them. I realized that set that I had on Private Axel was completely useless, so I switched it up, I moved around the IVs, and hopefully Private Axel is a lot better now. So I'm just going to continue the Water Pulse, hoping for confusion, as everyone's all like, "Water Pulse? What the fuck is that shit?" So I think I'm just going to set my rocks up now, knowing that it's a lost cause, and no, I Water Pulse. I'm really hoping for this confusion, but it doesn't happen. So, thinking that I'm going to be able to live one more, and then with the burn, I'm going to set up rocks now. What the fuck? I Psyshock. What the hell was I thinking? 1 in the morning. What the fuck? So he subs and now I go for rocks? Yes, thank you. I finally go for rocks. So I think I Water Pulse just to get damage on that sub, but it's not gonna break it. And sorry Private Axel, but first to go, I knew it, and hopefully you do better in future battles, especially since I switched you up. Alright, so now on to a real fight. Captain Obvious. He's a Mamoswine, so obviously he Ice Shards, but this thing is just going to train me, as Elo put it. I sent Mamoswine in and he was cracking up, just... yeah, he really wanted to take this thing down. So he Toxic Stalls me, and my Ice Shard will break his sub, then he'll Roost. Right here he wanted to see how much damage he did, and he saw it was about a quarter, so he's thinking, okay, it's probably banded because Ice Shard would have done less, and he was right. So, now that Captain Obvious is gone from Toxic, I'm going to switch out, and I go into Lieutenant Sarcasm. And now I believe Lieutenant Sarcasm goes on a mini-sweep. I Fake Out, hoping to get some damage, but he switches to Rotom. And I Fake Out, and that's not gonna kill him, but it's gonna definitely be able to kill next turn. So that poison starts to get me. I get a really useless crit there. I was really hoping for the crit on his next Pokemon that was coming out, Tentacruel. But I don't, and I Night Slash, not getting the crit, and he's going to live with just a little HP, which gives him enough to get my rocks out. If I would have been able to kill him, Elo would have had a little less chance. Well, I can't say that because he was going to beat me either way, but at least he would have been able to go 1-0 and not 2-0. So he goes to Virizion, and me being predictable me at 1:15 in the morning. I Ice Punch, and that does nothing to a thick fat Mamoswine. Or at least I'm assuming it's thick fat. I don't know. Elo said that he had one Pokemon that had an unreleased Dreamworld ability, but I think Mamoswine's is released. So he's gonna take me out with an Ice Shard before I can Brick Break him. So I go to Major Mayo knowing that he's gonna want to switch, and I take this opportunity to use a Sword Stance. Now, funny part number 2 in this battle coming up. So I get that Sword Stance, and he close combats me, and I'm gonna live. Now, on this Virizion, I have Sword Stance, Leaf Blade, and Sacred Sword. But in case Leaf Blade and Sacred Sword don't do much to the Pokemon, I have Strength, and everyone was just cracking up at that. It's like, oh my god, Strength! Yeah, my Virizion, Strength! Strength that shit! And that crit mattered. If I didn't get that crit, I wouldn't have won, or I wouldn't have killed it. So my Salic Berry activates, and I learned from Elo that that is yet unreleased, so I Sword Stance just because I had an unreleased item, but thinking now that I wasn't thinking back then in the battle, that really didn't matter because his Pokemon was going to be faster than me anyway, so I could have at least attacked to break the sub. So I go out to Colonel Fizz, and I'm going to break his sub, and I'm going to Thunderbolt again, where I should have Heat Waved, and he's going to go to Mamoswine. What the hell am I thinking in the morning? That was a bad time for a battle. But Mamoswine, surprisingly faster. I did not know Mamoswines could be that fast. But he takes me out with an Icicle Crash. So I go to my last Pokemon, Sergeant Badass. You've not seen him in battle yet, so I go for a Searing Shot. I don't know if he has thick fat or not now, because that really didn't do as little as I was expecting. It killed him. So he's gonna go into his Alakazam, and this is where Rocks would have been handy, because he Shadow Balls me, and because of Victini's bulkiness, well, not bulkiness, but its natural bulk, it lives and hits with a Searing Shot. And he lives with 14 HP. He 2-0s me. If I would have been able to knock his Tentacruel out, oh my god. So, yeah, thanks for the great match, Elo. I look forward to more. I really want to get out there and battle you because I love watching your videos, and I love seeing your Pokemon, and like I said, you really got me into competitive battling, so yeah, I hope to have more battles with you. Rate, comment, sub, and I will be here tomorrow with another battle, YouTube. Remember to message me for battles or ask on Skype. Names in the description and on my channel. Later, YouTube.